Hey BooTube, this is my part 2 video for the final part of the 4-part crossover, which is landing on Legends. I believe it's season 3. I know it's episode 8. I want to say season 3 of Legends of Tomorrow, which is titled Crisis on Earth X Part 4. And this is my part 2 video. I'm trying to get my notes back out on my tablet. Shoot, where did I leave? I believe I left off with the final battle happening. I talked a lot in the first part, mainly due to the unfortunate death of Professor Stein, our beloved Professor Stein, who is one half of Firestorm. He was the one half of Firestorm with Jax, and he was one half of Firestorm with Ronnie, and we actually lost him. And it was like literally the 3rd or 4th time in television history that I legitimately cried, bawling out tears. I balled up in a frickin' ball, and I just, waterfalls just all over my face. It was, and I have said before in the previous video that there are only like maybe 2, possibly 3 times I've actually cried over a character in the show in general. Like I said in the previous video, the first time I actually cried was the show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If you guys don't know that show, then watch it because it's awesome. It's funny. It has emotional scenes. There's one scene where Will Smith's character, which again his character's named Will Smith, which is pretty funny, his biological father, who hasn't been around for a long time, shows up again, and at the end of the episode there's a conversation between Will and his Uncle Phil, and literally every time I see that scene I burst into tears, like legit burst into tears. And I know there's this another scene where for the Walking Dead show, where the character Beth Green ends up getting shot. I have a whole explanation on why I cried when I saw that scene. It's in part 1, so if you want to know why I cried when Beth Green died, look at my part 1 video of Legends. Anyway, I believe there's a 3rd one before this show. I just don't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah, let's pretty much finish up part 4 of Crisis on Earth X. I believe we already left off with Jax telling Stein's wife and daughter that he's gone. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. At the same time, I'm still recovering from being sick. Like, I was taken out to go eat. Like, I wasn't feeling well, to be fair, and like head, chest, back, everything just right. And so at the same time recovering, I needed to get some food, right? Because literally I had nothing here at home and not really any ingredients to cook with, so I was taken out to eat, and at the same time, like, I did some errands a little bit, because I had to get some supplies for Friday because of a good friend of mine who also works with me. His birthday is actually on Saturday, but Saturday is his day off, so what we're gonna do, me and another friend, we're getting supplies. Shh. He's probably, well, he I know for a fact that he subscribed to this channel, so he's probably gonna watch this and be like, what are you up to? So hi Josh. Anyway, what you call it, yeah, anyway, and plus right now it's pretty freaking late, but at the same time, like, the only reason I'm doing this is because majority of the day, like I said, I was getting food, I was doing errands, and I wasn't feeling well at the same time. So, and I know that Supergirl has already returned, and there's already a mid-season premiere episode, and then the second, which is episode 10 and episode 11 of Supergirl, have already appeared. Episode 10 and 11 of The Flash has already appeared. Episode 10 of Arrow has already appeared, which episode 11 will premiere pretty much later on tonight, because literally it's Thursday right now. So episode 11 of Arrow is going to show up, so that's like 6 episodes I'm already missing. Legends is not coming back till February, so I'm okay with that. But there's already episode 1 of... So, stop it. Anyway, that would be my tablet. But anyway, Black Lightning already showed episode 1. I believe episode 2 is also today. I don't know what day exactly Black Lightning shows up. I want to say it's either like... I either missed it because of Wednesday, or it's premiering tonight, which is Thursday. Anyway, the team pretty much has a big, huge battle with the Earth X doppelgangers and their forces. And from what I remember, it's of course Reverse Flash versus the Flash, and they're all speeding away. And then, obviously, like, the doppelgangers go against each other. Like I said, like, well, Flash and Reverse Flash are not doppelgangers, but of course, the two Flashes battle each other. And then Oliver and his Earth X doppelganger, the Dark Archer, they fight against each other. And of course, you know, at one point we do see Supergirl versus Overgirl, but before we see that part, those two doppelgangers, we see Cisco and Harry on the Wave Rider trying to destroy the Earth X time ship. I forgot what it was called. It's like a German name, but I can't really pronounce that shit. So, but unfortunately their shields are like pretty damn strong. So Caitlin, Amaya, and Zari. Pretty badass, because we got Amaya and Zari holding on to Caitlin while she's using her ice powers to pretty much glide their way up to the German time ship, broke into the enemy time ship, pretty much disabled their shields. And basically, this happened when Overgirl already left the time ship, because remember, she was already in the time ship, and Supergirl pretty much lured her out, saying, "Hey, General, come at me, girl," right? So, of course, Overgirl goes after Supergirl, which is pretty much leaves the time ship defenseless, which is why Caitlin, Amaya, and Zara were able to infiltrate it. And they're able to disable the shields so that Harry and Cisco can destroy this time ship, but of course, they have no way to get out of that time ship, so Cisco has to find a way to breach himself into the enemy time ship, get all 3 girls and himself off of that time ship and back on the Wave Rider. And it didn't look like they made it, because Harry's all like, he's not getting any response from anybody, and so, he starts shooting at the enemy time ship, but luckily Cisco and the 3 girls end up coming back on the Wave Rider. It was great. Bye-bye, enemy Wave Rider, right? Anyway, we do see Barry versus Thawne, Supergirl versus Overgirl, and we also see Dark Archer versus Arrow, while everybody else is fighting pretty much the other enemy forces, right? And, Barry manages to defeat Thawne, from what I remember, but this is so stupid. But then again, like, I'm not surprised, because, come on, like I said, in The Flash, we all thought that Eobard Thawne died because Eddie Thawne, who is pretty much the ancestor and who was Iris's fiance at the time, he killed himself to erase Eobard from existence. Because remember, Eddie Thawne is pretty much the ancestor of Eobard Thawne. Right? They're family. So if Eddie decided, you know, if I die, Eobard won't exist. So he killed himself to erase Eobard Thawne from existence. Sucker's still alive, because he ends up showing up in frickin' Legends, where we saw him get killed by Black Flash, but all of a sudden, here he is again, with Harry Wells' face, apparently. So, I don't think it even mattered if Barry killed him or not, but, you know, Barry doesn't kill. This is why I'm not surprised when, even though he defeated Thawne, I was kind of not surprised that he decided to let him go, even though I thought that was a stupid decision on his part, because it's like, dude, you letting him go, he's just gonna come back and just F up your life again, right? So I was like, why would you let him go? Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I heard something. But anyway, what you call it? Barry chooses to let Thawne go, because of course Barry doesn't kill, which is I'm not surprised, because Barry was not one to kill anybody. But again, I think that's a stupid thing to do. But then again, it could be a double-edged sword, because maybe him letting Thawne go might have a good effect. Maybe at one point, maybe Thawne might actually help him out. I don't know. But who knows with Thawne, really. Anyway, and then there's a Supergirl versus Overgirl fight, where apparently we see Overgirl pretty much going nuclear, basically, because she's like starting to glow and shit, and she's in pain. And Supergirl at first, she's like, I don't know what to do with her, right? And Harry's like, fly her up, up and away. And when I heard that, I was like, that is the greatest Superman reference I've ever heard in my life. That's pretty corny, but at the same time, I loved it. I was like, up, up and away? Really? You guys are corny. You really are. But anyway, Supergirl ends up flying the nuclear detonating Overgirl to space, and she goes pfft, and like pretty much knocks out Supergirl a bit, and she's like falling down from space, only to be pretty much caught by Nate. Susan Steele, yo. But anyway, of course, when the explosion happens, Dark Archer pretty much sees it. He's like heartbroken because that's his wife, man. His waifu for lifeu. And he's like, no! He's all looking. And the funny thing is, I thought this was funny. It's like, I get that you're sad that you saw the explosion. You know that's your wife exploding. But why would you turn your back on your enemy, who's like literally like a few feet away from you? Dude, Oliver was like, what, 2-3 feet away from Dark Archer when he turned around. And he was like, had his back turned for a good couple of minutes, man. It's like, I get it. The explosion caught your eye and you know it's your wife. But if you're fighting your enemy, who literally told you not that long ago that he was going to kill you, why would you turn your back on him? That's stupid. I mean, come on. Because he had his back turned for a couple of minutes, grieving, and then he's like, I'm going to kill you. It's like, well, first off, Oliver told you he was going to kill you back on Earth X. You have your back to him. He was already aimed at you. So the moment he turned around, arrow to the heart, man. It's like, stupid. Just plain stupid, Dark Archer. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen anyone do. You don't put your back on anyone who's literally told you he's gonna kill you, right? Anyway. And they pretty much got rid of all the Nazi people, which I thought was pretty damn cool. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm slowly running out of time, so I'm going to try to, like, rush this a little bit. From what I remember after the battle, Cisco opens a breach so that Ray and Leo, aka Earth X Leonard, can return back to Earth X. Even though, technically, Ray Terrell technically came from Earth 1, he just got displaced into Earth X. He wants to just go back to Earth X so he could try to save people there, right? So, of course, Cisco opens the bridge so they both can leave, but apparently Leo Snart, the Earth X Leonard, decides to stay on Earth 1 while Ray leaves. Of course, they have, like, this cute, passionate kiss, which I thought was cute and adorable. I was like, aw. But even though Ray was leaving, going back to Earth X to help the people there, he's given a device so he can, communicate with anyone from Earth 1 as much as he wanted. And, of course, everyone attends Stein's funeral. And it's the most heartbreaking effing thing because, of course, his wife digs up dirt, puts it over the grave. The daughter does. Sarah does. And it's heartbreaking because Sarah's like, thank you for, like, believing in me and all that shit. And also the speech that Jack said at the funeral, I effing cried. Let's just leave it at that. I cried even fucking more. But anyway, I'm not gonna get too much into the sappy shit. But Kara and Alex go back to their Earth. The Legends end up going back because they have to do their legend stuff. But Barry and Iris decide to have their wedding, basically like a quick wedding where they asked if Diggle can perform the wedding because apparently Diggle is ordained, internet ordained. So they asked Diggle to marry them, and in the middle of the whole thing, frickin' Felicity, I've never been so pissed off at Felicity before until she interrupted this makeshift wedding of West Allen saying, hey Oliver, I changed my mind, I want to marry you, right? So not only do we get a West Allen random wedding. We get a Olicity random wedding. But anyway, I'm running out of time, so this is my reaction rant. Best shit ever. R.I.P. to Stein. I love you, Stein, for life. Mwah. All hail legend.